everybody, and welcome into the championship game of the Baylor Alumni NBA 2K playoff simulation. Team Drew versus Team Brooks. From the Farrell Center in Waco, I'm John Morris. Team Drew will wear the gray uniforms with the Volt highlights. Team Brooks with the all-gold uniforms today. Full house in the Farrell Center. Fans are jumping to see this championship game of the Baylor Alumni NBA 2K matchup. And here we go, underway. Tip control by Team Drew. You saw the starters there. Nice bounce pass into the paint. Shot up and in by Corey Jefferson. First two of the day by Jefferson, and this game is underway. Team Drew advanced with a win over Team Jacobs. Team Brooks advanced with a win over Team Tang. Pierre Jackson, a big part of that win for Coach Brooks, a 32-point outing in the semifinal, and he picks up right where he left off. First two of the day for Pierre Jackson, and it ties the game at 2 apiece. Ball knocked around, picked up in the paint, and Perry Jones III lays it in. 4-2 lead for Coach Drew. Into the front court, Pierre Jackson, who has been terrific. Player of the game in the semifinal matchup. The win by Team Brooks over Team Tang. Jumper on the baseline by Quincy Acey. Rolls off, no good. Rebounded by Corey Jefferson. Up the floor, mid-range jumper. Rat-a-tats in on the left side by Michael Williams, Mr. Quick. And it's a quick 6-2 lead for Team Drew here in the championship. Team Brooks into the front court. There's a drive, got past his defender and laid it in with the left hand. Vinny Johnson with his first two of the game. Vinny going back to 1979 Baylor days. The microwave won two NBA championships with the Detroit Pistons. 6-4 is our score. Team Drew on top. Jefferson pinned on the baseline, kicks it outside. The three is good by David Wesley. Wesley's three puts Team Drew up 9-4 here in the first 2 minutes of the first quarter of the Baylor Alumni NBA 2K championship game. Quincy Miller hands the ball to Pierre Jackson. Jackson dribbles to the right side. He lost the handle. It's taken away by Corey Jefferson. Up the floor, another lay-in at the other end by Michael Williams. Back-to-back buckets by Williams with the fist pump in the air. An 11-4 early lead for Team Drew. Pierre Jackson, right side of the floor. Pierre has been spectacular in this series. Into the paint he goes. Tries to force the shot up. Draws a foul. Michael Williams guilty of the foul. Pierre Jackson going to go to the free throw line despite the pleadings of Michael Williams. Another look at it. Ooh, Williams has a good case there, but ruled that he got him with the body. Pierre Jackson to the free throw line for Team Brooks. Eyes the bucket. Most outstanding player in the 2013 NIT. Baylor, the champion of the NIT that year, led the Big 12 in scoring and assists, becoming the first player to lead a Power 5 conference in both categories since Arizona's Jason Terry in 98-99. Real accomplishment for Pierre Jackson. First free throw is good. One more coming. Coach Brooks and his assistant Aditya Malhotra looking on from the bench. Couple of free throws, and it's 11-6 our score. Team Drew brings the ball into the front court. David Wesley dribbles to the right side. Check there defensively by Vinny Johnson. Drives in, foul going to be called on Vinny. David Wesley took a tumble, appears to be none the worse for wear, shakes it off. He's going to go to the free throw line. David Wesley, how about his Baylor career, All Southwest Conference, 1991 and 1992. Into the pros, played 14 seasons in the NBA, 949 career games, averaged 12.5 points over his 14-year career in the league. How about this? Those two meeting up. David Wesley and Vinny Johnson rank 1 and 2, respectively, in the most points scored by a Baylor Bear in the NBA. 11,842 for Wesley, 11,825 for Johnson. So separated by just 17 points in their respective careers. Between them, they played 27 seasons, 1,933 games, scored 23,667 points in the NBA. David Wesley, the free throw. He's got another one coming here. Looking to put Team Drew up by 7. And he does. It's 13-6. Team Drew on top, 5:24 to play in the first quarter. Here comes Team Brooks, wearing the all gold today here in the Farrell Center. Vinny Johnson dribbles to the right side, back center, passes left side. Quincy Miller up with the 3, and it's good. Three-pointer by Quincy Miller, and just like that, it's 13-9. David Wesley into the front court, gives the ball to Jonathan Motley. Motley, top of the key. We'll give it right back to the guard, David Wesley. Under 5 minutes to play first quarter. Wesley puts his head down, drives, cut off by Vinny Johnson. Gives it underneath to Motley. Shot blocked in there. Motley had his shot blocked. Starts the break the other way. Pull-up jumper is good from the right side by Pierre Jackson. Pierre Jackson, again, has been a scoring machine in this tournament. He's got 5 in the first quarter. It's 13-11, Team Drew. Barry Jones gives it back to Corey Jefferson. Pass intended back for PJ3, and it's tipped away and stolen. Up the floor, Vinny Johnson, the layup. It's good. Looked like that one might have been partially blocked, but it went in for Vinny Johnson. Vinny and Pat Nunley, that great backcourt duo for the Bears back in the late 70s, early 80s. David Wesley. Wesley on the right side is cut off. Shot up, no, but Jonathan Motley is there for the putback. Motley, the rebound and the putback basket makes it 15-13. Team Drew continues with the lead. Rudy Omott on the bench for Coach Drew. Isaiah Austin on the floor for Coach Brooks. Here's a jumper that is no good. Rebounded on the backside by Michael Williams. Fires the pass up the floor to Motley. Motley will drive. Right-hand layup is good by Jonathan Motley. Motley makes it 17-13. Team Drew on top. How about that pass to Epe Udo? Missed the shot down low, contested by Jonathan Motley. Remains 17-13, 3:13 to play in the first quarter. Motley pops outside the arc, takes the pass from Michael Williams. Williams working against the defense of Pierre Jackson. Cross court, 3, no good. Rebounded by Quincy Miller. Miller's going to take it all the way, and he jams it home. Quincy Miller was headed to the rack. Nobody was going to stop him. The bucket makes it 17-15. We've got a timeout on the floor. 2:55 on the clock. First quarter, it is 17-15. Team Drew leads Team Brooks. Look inside the two huddles there. Team Drew, the assistant coach is Jared Nunes for Coach Drew. Here we are back to action. A drive by Kenny Cherry on the floor. Just misses on the layup. Rebounded Manu Lecomte, the run out for Team Brooks. Manu Lecomte outside the arc on the left side. Goes around the perimeter. Terry Maston gives the ball to Al Freeman. Freeman on the right side. Gives to Makai Mason. Pops the 3, and it's good by Makai Mason. 18-17 on the 3 by Mason. Team Brooks takes the lead over Team Drew. Kenny Cherry again, some subs out of that timeout. Cherry, his first 2 of the day. Puts that one in from mid-range on the left side. Team Drew has the lead back by 1. Manu Lecomte into the front court. Lecomte working against the defense of Kenny Cherry. 3, no good. Rebound, Anthony Jones. Ant Jones, the rebound. Gets the ball top of the key. Gives it on the left side to Brady Heslop. The Canadian Brady Heslop. Left side, 3 ball, rims out, no good. That by Kenny Cherry. Here comes Team Brooks. Bringing the ball up is Al Freeman. Lost the handle, got it back. Gives it away. And into the paint. Shot up and in by Terry Maston. Maston with the bucket on the assist from Manu Lecomte. 20-19. Team Brooks takes the lead. Game back and forth, seesawing that way. What you'd expect in a championship game of the Baylor Alumni NBA 2K playoff simulation. Here's Brady Heslop down low. Shot rims off. Got his own miss. Pass to Ant Jones. He's going to kick it back outside instead of going back up for it. Now passes on the right side. That is Nuni Omott from St. Paul, Minnesota. to Heslop. Three, no this time. And the rebound, the run out. Makai Mason deep in the right corner for Team Brooks. Underneath, shot is up and in. That is Mamadou Gien with his first two of this championship game. Now a 3-point lead for Team Brooks, 22-19. Final 33 seconds of the first quarter. Dribbling to the right side of the floor is Brady Heslop, working against Makai Mason. Heslop gets the screen from Anthony Jones. He'll take the shot. That one is no good, just off the mark. Rebound, Mamadou Gien. Mamadou gives the ball to Manu Lecomte. On the run, cut off. Pass back outside to Makai Mason, nearly a backcourt violation. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Mason glances at the clock. He'll put up a three. It is no good. Deep three almost went for Makai Mason, but just off the rim. And that is the end of the first quarter, our championship game of the Baylor Alumni NBA 2K playoff simulation. About to begin the second quarter of our Baylor Alumni NBA 2K playoff simulation. A reminder, fans, you can enter for a chance to win a free In-N-Out burger by commenting on the Facebook or YouTube stream. One winner will be randomly selected, and it will be announced prior to the end of each game. Quick bucket coming out of the timeout, and it's 24-19. Team Brooks is on top of Team Drew. Ant Jones has the basketball top of the key. Jones passes on the right side of the floor. That is Jake Lindsey on the floor. Back to Jones. Jumper right side is good by Anthony Jones. It's 24-21, 3-point lead for Team Brooks. Manu Lecomte into the front court. Manu dribbles all the way to the baseline. Shot up. It is blocked by Anthony Jones. Starts the break the other way. Working the ball against Makai Mason. That is Mario Kegler. Kegler is fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line. So free throws coming from Mario Kegler. 7:06 on the clock. Second quarter. Team Brooks on top by 3. Kegler, the 2018-2019 season with the Bears. Again, a reminder, fans, to comment on the Facebook or YouTube stream, and one winner will be randomly selected per game from one of the platforms. And winners will be announced prior to the end of each game for a free In-N-Out burger, so take advantage of that. We'll cut the lead to 1. He can't do it. Missed free throw. It's 24-22. 1 minute into the second quarter. Here's Makai Mason. Mason will drive, cut off, tried the underhand dish. It's knocked away by Anthony Jones. Starts the break the other way. Kegler, yes, with the finish. The runner in the paint. And we're tied at 24 with 6:44 to play here in the second quarter. Matt Saman is on the floor for Team Brooks. Pat Nunley is out there as well for Team Brooks. From the free throw line, give is to Terry Maston on the pass from Nunley. Maston head fake. And finally the shot up and in over Kegler. One head fake, Kegler didn't bite. Second one, he gets the running hook shot to fall. 2-point lead for Team Brooks. Jake Lindsey, top of the key, gives the ball to Anthony Jones. Team Brooks up by 2. Nice pass underneath. That shot is up and in for Andre Branch. Branch, the long-range outside shooter, gets the bucket from down low to tie the game 26 apiece. Guy Mason gives the ball to Mamadou Gien. Look at Gien's ball skills. Turns, puts the shot up and in off the glass, and a foul. Mamadou Gien, some nifty footwork there. It is 28-26, Team Brooks, timeout on the floor. Fans, remember to follow at Baylor MBB on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for the latest news and behind-the-scenes coverage of your Baylor Bears. Look at the fans. Must be a gray out in the stands here in the Farrell Center. Full stands. Don't need to worry about being socially distanced here in the simulation. Coach Drew imploring his team at the timeout conversation, and here we go, back to play. Motley to Michael Williams to Wesley down low, who banks it in. David Wesley the bucket, and we're tied at 28. Scott Drew has a real knack for calling a play that more often than not works coming out of a timeout. We saw it right there. Here's an alley-oop attempt. It is busted up down low by Perry Jones III. Starts the break the other way. Motley has the ball knocked away. Gets it back. Shot up. No good. He missed it from point-blank range. Headed the other way. Quincy Miller up. Shot no good. But a follow-up is in. Nice follow flying in for that one. And it's 30-28. Team Brooks on top. Michael Williams, left side of the floor. Ball knocked away, out of his hands. Looks like stay with Team Drew. No, it doesn't. It goes over to Team Brooks. Team Brooks with the ball. Pierre Jackson dribbles between the rings. Pierre Jackson down the left side of the paint, all the way. Shot up. No, Jefferson may have got his hand on that one. Here comes the break the other way. Nice give to Michael Williams. Left-hand layup. Out. No good. And here comes Team Brooks. End-to-end action. Quincy Miller up with the shot. No good, but a foul. Miller ends up on his backside. Foul's going to be called on Perry Jones III. Team Drew looks on. Jared Nunes, his assistant coach on the bench. Quincy Miller to the free throw line. Quincy came to Baylor from Chicago, drafted in the second round of the NBA draft by the Denver Nuggets in 2012, the 38th pick overall. 3 seasons in the NBA, playing in 69 career games. Pat Nunley goes to the bench. His Baylor teammate Vinnie Johnson is on for him. Second free throw by Miller, and this one is good. It's 32-28, 4-point advantage for Team Brooks. 4:15 to play in the second quarter in the Farrell Center. Michael Williams up the floor for Team Drew. Williams probes, looking for an entry point there. Instead, he'll pass it back outside. Now to Motley. Motley on the left side of the floor. Look at the ball skills by Motley on the floor. Goes up with the shot, and he's fouled. Motley, nice height advantage there as he salutes the crowd. The foul on Pierre Jackson. Jonathan Motley settles in at the free throw line. Current member of the Los Angeles Clippers. 3 seasons in the NBA in his relatively young NBA career. Played at Baylor 2014 to 2017. Originally signed as a free agent by the Dallas Mavericks. Free throws off by Jonathan Motley. Jonathan Motley, the first consensus All-American in program history. That came in 2017. 4-point lead for Coach Brooks. Motley trying to cut into that lead with another free throw. Clock stopped with 3:54 to play in the second quarter. Free throw is up and good on this one. 1 of 2. It's 32-29. Team Brooks on top. Here comes Isaiah Austin to bring it up. Austin, the big man, has some good ball skills himself. Continues with his dribble. Working against Corey Jefferson into the paint. All the way for Isaiah Austin. Now kicks it to Quincy Miller. Miller back into the paint to Austin. Shot up and in, and a foul. Jefferson whistled for the foul. Isaiah Austin will have a chance at a 3-point play. Drew looks on from the bench. Comes Kenny Cherry back on the floor. Michael Williams to the bench. Isaiah Austin at the free throw line. Tied for second all-time in his Baylor career with Quincy Acey for career blocks. 2012, 2014, part of some really good teams at Baylor was Isaiah Austin. Free throw's good. It's 35-29 with 3.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Team Brooks on top of Team Drew. Kenny Cherry's shot rims out. No good. Austin another rebound. Up the floor. Here's Pierre Jackson. Head fake. Shot. No good. Blocked by Motley. Motley. Great recovery to block that shot. Wesley on the break. Pull-up three is good by David Wesley. 35-32. It's a three-point game with 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. The championship game of the Baylor Alumni NBA 2K playoff simulation. A drive by Vinnie Johnson and a foul. Vinnie Johnson. See if he doesn't go to the free throw line here. Corey Jefferson doesn't like that call. Coach Alvin Brooks looks on with AD, his assistant. And Vinnie Johnson settles in at the free throw line. Most prolific scorer in Baylor history. Averaged 24.1 points per game in 2 seasons. Two-time All-American, and then in the NBA, a two-time NBA champion with the Bad Boys Detroit Pistons. Microwave played 13 seasons in the NBA. 984 career games played with 187 starts. Told you scored 11,825 points in his NBA career. Just 17 back of David Wesley for the most among Baylor players. 2 free throws good by Vinnie Johnson. It's a 5-point lead for Coach Brooks. Team Brooks up 37-32. Kenny Cherry dribbling into the paint. A lot of traffic there. Ball knocked away. That ball almost stolen by Al Freeman. Cherry maintains it. 5 to shoot. Ball outside in the hands of Brady Heslop. Heslop will shoot to beat the shot clock, and he hits it. Well, used every bit of that shot clock that time down, but then knocked down the 18-footer. It's 37-34, Team Brooks on top. Al Freeman dribbles on the right side of the floor, shooting the basket to our left. Freeman working against the defense out there of Perry Jones III. Pulls PJ3 way away from the basket. Got to put it up to beat the shot clock. That three no good by Pierre Jackson. Rebounded by Corey Jefferson. The outlet leads to the break and the dunk. PJ3, Perry Jones III out of Duncanville. The dunk to finish the break. It's a 1-point game, 37-36. Team Brooks on top. Pierre Jackson gives it in the paint. Drive. Shot no good, but a foul. Motley will be whistled for the foul. Epe Udo will go to the free throw line. Udo out of Edmond, Oklahoma to Baylor. And man, what a career he had here at Baylor and then in the NBA. Nicknamed the Nightmare during his time here. Transferred to Baylor from Michigan. Remember that. Helped the Bears to the Elite Eight. 6th overall pick in the 2010 NBA draft by the Golden State Warriors. His free throw is good by Epe Udo. 7 seasons in the NBA. Most recently spent time with the Utah Jazz. That is Epe Udo. Got another free throw coming here. Would put Team Brooks up by 3. And the shot is no good. Remains a 2-point game, 38-36. Quickly down the floor. Minute 40 to play in the second quarter. How about that pass? A no-look pass from Brady Heslop. Leads to the easy bucket. Great assist by Heslop. We're tied at 38 with 90 seconds to play in the second quarter. Beautiful assist by Heslop. Here is Manu LeConte has his shot blocked underneath by Jonathan Motley. Kenny Cherry, the break, the layup, yes! Rims out and then drops right through. Kenny Cherry, the bucket, who puts Team Drew up by 2, 40-38. 1:09 to play in the second quarter. LeConte to Quincy Miller. Quincy Miller, right elbow jumper, good. And we're tied at 40 with 1 minute to play in the second quarter. Bringing the ball up the floor. That's going to be a whistle and a timeout. Quincy Miller strutting a little bit after hitting that last shot. Ties the game at 40, 56 seconds to play in the second quarter. Hey, remember, Baylor basketball begins the 2020-2021 season, November 25th, taking on 18th-ranked Arizona State, part of the Empire Classic in Connecticut. Baylor number 1 in the nation in the coaches preseason poll, number 2 in the nation in the Associated Press preseason poll. Great season ahead for Scott Drew and this year's Bears. Coach Drew emphatically making his points at the timeout. Here we go, back to play. Tie game, final minute, second quarter. Kenny Cherry right side working against Makai Mason. Cherry in the paint, cut off. Gives it back outside. Nunio Mott gives the ball away to Brady Heslop. 4 seconds to shoot. Heslop fires. Shot is no good. Too hard. Back iron. Shot rebounded. The miss rebounded by Mamadou Gien. Up the floor to Mason. Banks it in for 2. 30 seconds to go. Team Brooks up 42-40. Kenny Cherry runs into the front court for Team Drew. His team down by 2. Cherry to the right side, passes right side. Motley will put up a 3, rims out, no good. Heslop underneath has his shot swatted away. What a block underneath. Coach Brooks looks on. It's 42-40, 15.1 seconds to play in the second quarter. There's 11 seconds on the shot clock. And set to inbound on their baseline is Team Drew. Anthony Jones gets it inbounds. Mario Kegler gives it away to Brady Heslop. Heslop outside. Shot, no good. Long rebound. 2 seconds to go. Here's a shot from beyond midcourt. It's not good. And we've reached halftime of the championship game of the Baylor Alumni NBA 2K playoff simulation. It's a 2-point game. Team Brooks on top of Team Drew, 42-40 at the half. Here's a look at some of our first half highlights. What a great half it was. Game back and forth. Corey Jefferson, the jumper. Pierre Jackson is having quite a tournament. 32 points in the semifinal game to lead all scores. 32 points, 5 assists, 2 steals. He was 14 of 21 from the floor. That was in the semifinal game. He's had a nice first half here tonight, as has David Wesley. Some of the numbers in a 42-40. Team Brooks lead over Team Drew. Ready to begin the third quarter here in the Farrell Center. Fans, remember to enter for a chance to win a free In-N-Out burger. Just comment on Facebook or YouTube stream. One winner will be randomly selected per game from one of the platforms. Winners will be announced prior to the end of our game. Team Brooks comes out strong, work it down low, and Epe Udo with the jam, the emphatic jam that puts Team Brooks up by 4, 44-40. Team Drew comes right back. Jonathan Motley goes against Udo's defense and gets the shot to fall in the paint. Udo guilty of the foul, and Jonathan Motley will have a chance at a 3-point play. Jay Mott, 17th all-time on the Baylor scoring list. He was the recipient of the 2017 Karl Malone Power Forward of the Year Award, Baylor's first major award winner. Free throw no good. 2-point difference. Team Brooks on top, 44-42. Pass deep into the corner. Now back outside to Pierre Jackson. Jackson running the point. Gives to Epe Udo to Isaiah Austin. Austin working against Perry Jones. Turnaround fadeaway, no good. Rebound Motley. Lead remains 2 for Team Brooks. Drive, scoop, layup is good. That's Mr. Quick, Michael Williams out of Dallas with the shot that ties the game, 44-44. Vinny Johnson will drive in. Runner, layup, good. Vinny Johnson with the bucket that puts Team Brooks back on top by 2. Michael Williams comes back. Michael Williams working against the defense of Vinny Johnson. Here's the lob, the alley-oop, and Corey Jefferson with the finish. What a finish. What an assist by Michael Williams. Jefferson just stuffed it home. Tied at 46, a minute and a half into the third quarter. Drive, running, layup, shot good. 48-46, Team Brooks on top. Here's Jonathan Motley, has an opening. Looks to penetrate, now goes back outside. Motley showing his ball handling skills, drives, layup, good. Nobody stopped Jonathan Motley, made him change directions. He laid it in, and we're tied at 48. At the start of this quarter, teams trading baskets. Pierre Jackson to Epe Udo. Shot up over Motley, but won't fall. Rebound Jefferson. Up the floor, Motley on the run out. And fouled by Pierre Jackson. Motley was taking it to the rack. Pierre Jackson did what he could, ended up fouling him. So Jonathan Motley will go to the free throw line. J-Mott at Baylor, 2014 to 2017. Sat out his first season at Baylor as a redshirt. Remember that, developed into an NBA prospect. Couple of free throws here for Mott the Hooper. First one's good. It's 49-48. Team Drew on top. How about those uniforms? The gray uniforms with the Volt trim. Sharp-looking Nike uniforms for Team Drew. Nothing wrong with that all gold for Team Brooks either. Second free throw by Motley is no good. Rebound tipped out, and it goes out of bounds, so going to stay with Team Drew. Great diving effort at that ball by Vinnie Johnson, but he couldn't get to it. Coach Brooks looks on from the bench. The ball in the possession of Team Drew. 5:40 to play, third quarter, 1-point game. Team Drew on top, 49-48. Motley dribbling up top, drives into the paint. All the way, shot up, no. Rebound, offensive rebound, and a putback by PJ3. He got that rebound in some heavy traffic under the bucket and went right up and slammed it home for a 3-point lead. Vinnie Johnson looks to drive, pull up, jumper, no. Rebound Motley, the outlet to Perry Jones III. He'll slam it again on the breakout. A 5-point lead for Team Drew. Timeout, Alvin Brooks. AB with AD at his side calls the timeout. Team Drew with a spurt. Couple of dunks in there by Perry Jones III, and Team Drew leads 53-48. Remember, Baylor basketball this year will open Big 12 play earlier than normal. It'll be December 13th in the Farrell Center against Texas. Log on to BaylorBears.com for more information. Pierre Jackson. Jackson, nice between two defenders. Gives the ball to Udo down low, up with the jump hook. That is good for two. 3-point game. Team Drew on top, 53-50. Come right back. Motley into the paint. Gives it back outside to Perry Jones. Now to David Wesley, who's checked back in. Wesley on the right side of the floor to Perry Jones III. Nice pass to Wesley. Woo, but his shot is blocked out of bounds by Epe Udo. May have blocked that one with his elbow. Big time block by Epe Udo. Corey Jefferson to the bench. For Team Drew, Mario Kegler is back on the floor. Kegler, the inbounder, trying to get it in over the outstretched arms of Isaiah Austin. And Motley has his shot blocked by Udo. 2 blocks on that sequence by Epe Udo. 3, top of the key, it's good. 3-pointer put in by Makai Mason, and we're tied at 53. 4:14 to play in the third quarter. The championship game of the Baylor Alumni NBA 2K playoff simulation. Underneath, leaner is no good by Perry Jones III. Foul's going to be called on Quincy Miller. PJ3 will go to the free throw line. Tie game, 4:07 on the clock, third quarter. Team Drew beat Team Jacobs in the semifinals, 76-73. Team Jacobs had a 3 to tie it at the end of regulation that didn't go. Team Brooks, a solid win over Team Tang, 92-83 in the semifinal. A game, as we told you, highlighted by a 32-point performance by Pierre Jackson. Quincy Miller, 11 points and 5 rebounds. Jerry Jones III shooting free throws. He had 8 points, 3 assists, 3 blocks, and a steal in their semifinal game, the win for Team Drew. Jonathan Motley led Team Drew in their semifinal with 17 points, 5 rebounds. Shot no good, leaves it a 1-point game. Give and go there, and the dunk by Mamadou Gian at the other end. Team Brooks is up by 1, 55-54. The mayor, always a crowd favorite here in the Farrell Center. Michael Williams dribbles outside the arc on the left side. Looking against the defense of Manu LeConte. Free throw line jumper, off balance jumper is good by Michael Williams. Michael Williams with 2. It's 56-55. Manu LeConte dribbles to the right side around the screen of Quincy Miller. Now Miller gets the ball. Miller step back, can't get the shot away, gives it to Manu. He'll fire a 3. Rat-a-tats in, goes for Manu LeConte. Thought that was going to pop out, but it went down for Manu. A 3-pointer puts Team Brooks on top, 58-56. 3:06 to play, third quarter. This was a 2-point game at halftime. Team Brooks on top, 42-40. 3 by David Wesley, no good. Rebound, offensive rebound, and a putback by Mario Kegler. Kegler, the putback for 2. We're tied at 58. Manu LeConte for Team Brooks. Dribbles to the right side, looking to drive on the baseline. Layup, good. He got to the baseline and laid it in for 2. Team Drew wants a timeout. Team Brooks on top, 60-58. Two-point game, 2:34 to play, third quarter here in the Farrell Center. Championship game of the Baylor Alumni NBA 2K playoff simulation. Welcome to those of you watching on the Baylor Athletics YouTube page, the Baylor Men's Basketball Facebook page. Great to see these Baylor greats together for this NBA 2K playoff simulation. Here we go, back to play, 2-point game. Under 2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Top of the key, ball in the hands of Kenny Cherry. Cherry looks to drive. Cut off, nice pass underneath. Finger roll shot no good by Anthony Jones, but he got his own miss. Reset of the shot clock there. It's now down to 5. Here's a 3 by Ant Jones, and it's no good. Rims out. Rebound run out by Manu LeConte. 2-point lead for Coach Brooks. Al Freeman has it on the right wing outside the arc. Gives it top of the key. Looking to drive. Makai Mason. Shot rolls off, no good. Rebound Team Drew. Mario Kegler claims the rebound. Gives the ball to Brady Heslop. Heslop hands it to Ant Jones. 10 to shoot. 2-point game, final 1:24 of the third quarter. Heslop back to Ant Jones. 23-footer is good, showing the range by Anthony Jones. We are tied at 60 with 1:10 to play in the third quarter. Team Brooks with the ball. That is Makai Mason. Spins, dribbles to the left side, pass underneath, shot no good. Miss underneath by Terry Maston. Here's a nice spin move in the paint. Leads to the shot up and in by Nooni Omat. Team Drew regains the lead, 62-60 with 48 seconds to play in the third quarter. Mason again drains the three-pointer. Makai Mason getting another shot. Knocks down the triple, and Team Brooks leads 63-62. Under 40 seconds to go, third quarter. Here is Brady Heslop. Heslop on the left wing. To Kegler. He'll shoot a 3 and hit it. How about that? Kegler had his mind made up when he got that ball. He was putting it up, and he knocks down the 3 for a 2-point lead for Team Drew. Now 22 seconds to play in the third quarter. Points are coming fast and furious. There's a banker from the left wing by Makai Mason. We're tied at 65, 18 seconds to play, third quarter. Shot clock is off. Dribbling between the rings is Brady Heslop. Heslop with Mason on him defensively. Glances up at the shot clock, which shows 5 seconds to go. Left side, Kenny Cherry. Three is good. Cherry a three. 2 seconds to go in the quarter. Mason, three-quarter of the court heave. Ooh, it hits back iron. Nearly went in. But the three goes off, and we have reached the end of the third quarter. End of three in the Baylor Alumni NBA 2K playoff simulation. A 3-point lead for Scott Drew. Team Drew up on Team Brooks, 68-65. We are back with the start of the fourth quarter here in the Baylor Alumni NBA 2K playoff simulation. That is our assist of the game. What a beauty on that assist, leading to the Corey Jefferson alley-oop dunk. 3-point game. We've got 8 minutes to play in regulation. Team Drew leads Team Brooks 68-65. Start of the fourth quarter. Kenny Cherry wastes little time. That one rat-a-tats in from the right wing. And just like that, it's a 5-point lead for Team Drew. Vinny Johnson brings it up for Team Brooks. Gives the ball to Manu Lecomte. Drives, blocked out of bounds. Big time block by Corey Jefferson. Jefferson swatted that one into the third row. Yeah, watch out, that one. Kenny Cherry to the bench for Team Drew. Greeted there by David Wesley. Got these Baylor players from different eras all on the floor in this NBA 2K playoff simulation. Here we go, back to play. Inbounds it comes to Epe Udoh. Udoh up with the shot. That is good. 15 feet out on the right side. Tough shot there for Epe Udoh, but he knocks it down. Pulls Team Brooks within three at 70-67. Nooney Omat to Anthony Jones to Brady Heslop. Now back top of the key to Nooney Omat. Corey Jefferson in the paint, working against Isaiah Austin. Corey Jefferson tried to pass it to Heslop. It was knocked away and stolen by Vinny Johnson. Trying to start the break. Baylor Team Drew gets back defensively. Pierre Jackson, three, right corner, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds. Head the other way. Pierre Jackson has not had the point total that he had in the semifinal game when he led all scorers in the semifinals with 32 points. Team Brooks with the ball, inbounding far side court. Inbound it comes to Isaiah Austin. Austin backing down Jefferson. Jump pass back outside to Vinny Johnson. Johnson up with a jumper that is good. Well, I don't know how you stop that. Big, strong guard, Vinny Johnson with two. It's a 1-point game, 70-69. Team Drew on top. Michael Williams into the front court. Jim Haller got Michael Williams out of Dallas Carter High School. He scored 61 in a playoff game in Waco during his high school career. The drive and the dunk by Corey Jefferson. Assist Michael Williams. 3-point lead again for Team Drew, 72-69. Pierre Jackson, the nice feed underneath to Udoh, but the ball is knocked away. Stolen by Team Drew. Here is Brady Heslop. Heslop spins. Can't get the shot away. Now throws it up, and he hit it, and he draws the foul. How about the creativity of Brady Heslop? He gets the bucket and a foul. The foul called on Vinny Johnson. Another look at it there. Just kind of threw the ball in the perimeter of the cylinder, got it to fall. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play. Brady Heslop at the free throw line. 3-year letter winner at Baylor, the best 3-point shooter in program history. Played here at Baylor 2011 to 2014. Made the most threes in a season for Baylor. 118 made threes during the 13-14 season. 23rd on the all-time scoring list for the Bears. Lead is out to 6 now for Team Drew, 75-69. We're in the fourth quarter, 5:40 remaining. Whoa, how about that drive? And from his waist, Quincy Miller jams it home with his right hand. An emphatic slam by Quincy Miller. It's 75-71. There's Heslop again underneath. Shot won't fall. Rebounded by Vinny Johnson. Up the floor to Miller. Miller back-to-back buckets. He's feeling it. Quincy Miller pulls Team Brooks within 2, 75-73. Michael Williams around the screen of Corey Jefferson, back to midcourt. Williams between the rings. Left side to Corey Jefferson. 2 sleeves for Corey Jefferson. Now to Jonathan Motley. Ball knocked away, picked up by Udo. The steal by Team Brooks. Pierre Jackson up the floor. 2-point game. Under 5 minutes to play, fourth quarter. The championship game of the Baylor Alumni NBA 2K playoff simulation. Vinnie Johnson to Quincy Miller. Miller will drive. This one won't fall. Looking for his 3rd straight made basket for Team Brooks. Here's Perry Jones. Fires to Michael Williams. Williams kicks in the corner to Heslop. 3 ball is good. Brady Heslop, his specialty, knocking down the triple. It's a 5-point lead again for Team Drew. Pierre Jackson into the front court, but a whistle will stop play. We have a timeout on the floor. Team Brooks with the timeout. 4:22 remaining, 78-73. Team Drew on top. See the American flag and the Canadian flag flying proudly inside the Farrell Center. Here we go, back to play. Team Brooks with the ball into the corner. Shot up and in by Isaiah Austin. Austin with the bucket makes it 78-75. Quick points out of that timeout. 4:07 to play, fourth quarter. Michael Williams to David Wesley. Gives the ball to Corey Jefferson. Low post right side. Austin on him defensively. Jefferson kicks it back to Wesley. 5 to shoot. Wesley starts his move on Vinnie Johnson. Wesley got to get it up. Shot up and in. Somehow got it around, I'm not going to say over, but around Isaiah Austin. It's a 5-point lead again for Team Drew, 80-75. Pierre Jackson gets the screen from Miller. Jackson up with the jumper. That one's good. Pierre Jackson with 2 that pulls Team Brooks within 3. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this championship game. Michael Williams dribbles top of the key. Pierre Jackson harassing him defensively. Gives to Wesley. Like he was going to step into a 3. He didn't take the shot. Gives it back to Michael Williams. Williams around the screen of Corey Jefferson. Williams, right side, 3 ball, in and out. Jefferson, the offensive rebound. Kicks the ball out. They'll run a little clock. Perry Jones, the 3rd, with the ball. Now Wesley, a 3. This one's no good. Motley fighting Udo for the rebound. It's going to go the way of Team Brooks. Ball last touched by Jonathan Motley as it goes out of bounds. Scott Drew seated on the bench. That's how you know this is a simulation. Coach Drew in a seated position. Free throw line jumper by Pierre Jackson, no good, but the follow-up is in by Isaiah Austin. It's a 1-point game with 2:42 to go. Team Drew leads 80-79. Michael Williams gives to Jonathan Motley. Hands the ball back to Williams. Williams out at the 28-foot mark to Wesley, left side. 3, rat-a-tats home for David Wesley. The pro's pro, David Wesley knocks it down. It's 83-79, Team Drew on top. Wesley with a lot of skins on the wall his time at Baylor and in the NBA. Vinnie Johnson kicks it right corner. Quincy Miller knocks down the 3. Again, it's back to a 1-point game, 83-82. 2 minutes to play, fourth quarter. Michael Williams for Team Drew. Gives it back to Jonathan Motley. Motley to Williams. Williams an opening, he'll shoot. Ball skips over the rim, no good. Wesley doing the dirty work underneath. Gets the offensive rebound and the putback. 3-point lead for Team Drew, 85-82. A minute 40 to play in the fourth quarter. Dribbling across the top of the key is Vinnie Johnson. He'll pull up and shoot over Wesley and hit it. The microwave is heating up. It's 85-84. Team Drew on top by 1 point. 90 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Pass is stolen away. Entry pass intended for Jefferson is stolen by Austin. Starts the break the other way. Pierre Jackson lays it in and he's fouled. P-Jack will have a chance at a 3-point play as Team Brooks regains the lead. Look at the assist from Vinnie to Pierre Jackson. Strong to the rim for the layup and a chance at a 3-point play for Pierre Jackson. Team Brooks on top by 1. Jackson will try to add to that at the free throw line. Pierre Jackson, drafted in the second round in the 2013 NBA draft by the Philadelphia 76ers. Played 1 season in the NBA with the Dallas Mavericks. Ooh, free throw is off, no good. Jefferson the rebound, 1-point game with 1:17 to play. Michael Williams dribbles across the top of the key from right to left. Williams loops the pass to Corey Jefferson. Jefferson to Wesley. Wesley, skip pass cross court. Michael Williams, shot rejected by Isaiah Austin. The Team Drew gets it back. Jefferson up, shot, no good. Miller, the rebound. Great defense by Team Brooks, working hard on the defensive end. Remains a 1-point lead for Team Brooks, under 1 minute to play. Drive by Vinnie Johnson, the scoop layup, good by Vinnie Johnson. 3-point lead for Team Brooks. Timeout, Team Drew. It's 88-85. Team Brooks on top with 43.5 seconds to play. How about this championship game going down to the wire? Who would have expected anything less in this one? Team Brooks on top by 3 over Team Drew. Alvin Brooks with some instruction to his team. AB and his assistant AD with a 3-point lead. Scott Drew and his assistant Jared Nunes trying to chalk up a play here. Down by 3 with 43.5 seconds to play. This is the championship game. Final 43.5 seconds of the Baylor Alumni NBA 2K playoff simulation. We're glad to have you with us. Remember, you can follow Baylor basketball at Baylor MBB on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Player of the game, Quincy Miller, named the player of the game tonight. He's been big for Coach Brooks. Some of the shots, some of the highlights for Quincy Miller. How about the night by Miller? He has helped Team Brooks to what is right now a 3-point lead, but this game far from being decided. 43.5 seconds to go in regulation. Inbounds it comes to Wesley, up with a free throw line jumper that's good. There you go, another Scott Drew play drawn up in the timeout, leads to points out of the timeout. It's a 1-point game, 88-87. Nice pass to Vinnie Johnson, the veteran, gets this one to fall. The banker down low. Back to a 3-point lead at 90-87. 30 seconds to go, fourth quarter. Michael Williams into the front court, met there by Pierre Jackson. Team Brooks, those guys feeling really good right now, up by 3. Another timeout on the floor. Comes with 27.5 seconds to play. Boy, how about this talent on display, these Baylor alums. Matching up with the Baylor Alumni NBA 2K playoff simulation. Down to the final seconds in the championship game. You see this great crowd in the Farrell Center with every fan in the building standing for the finish. Coach Drew directions to his team. They go back on the floor. It's Team Drew's ball. Inbounds Corey Jefferson. Gets the ball inbounds to Michael Williams. Jumper, no good. Epe Udoh the rebound. To Isaiah Austin. Team Drew has to foul. Missed the shot. Remains a 3-point game with 20 seconds to play. Isaiah Austin to the free throw line for Team Brooks. What a game between these two. Isaiah Austin here at Baylor 2012 to 2014. Trying to add to the 3-point lead for Team Brooks. Free throw is good. Lead is 4. It's a 2-possession game now with 20 seconds to play. That is a big free throw. We'll try to get it to 5. Shot by Austin is good. 5-point lead for Team Brooks with 20 seconds to play. Here comes Team Drew in a hurry. Michael Williams. Can't expend much time out there. Williams will take a long-range 3 that is no good. Rebound, Vinnie Johnson. He's fouled by Corey Jefferson. And with 9.3 seconds to play, Team Brooks will be shooting free throws with a 5-point lead. Vinnie Johnson to the free throw line for a pair. Foul was on Corey Jefferson. That's all he could do after the rebound was pulled down by Vinnie Johnson. Member of the Baylor Athletic Hall of Fame, selected in 1991. Subsequently inducted into the New York and Michigan Sports Hall of Fames. Named to Baylor's All-Centennial team in 2006. 7-point lead, final 6 seconds. Three-pointer by Perry Jones III, no good. Motley the rebound, the kick out. Wesley a three at the buzzer. It doesn't matter. Team Brooks has won. Team Brooks over Team Drew in the championship of the Baylor Alumni NBA 2K playoff simulation. Final score, Team Brooks 94, Team Drew 87. The gold-clad Team Brooks team celebrating on the floor. Quincy Miller, the player of the game, but he certainly didn't do it alone. Team Brooks wins the Baylor Alumni NBA 2K playoff simulation. Great to have you with us. I'm John Morris. Congratulations to Team Brooks and Sikkim Bears.